See, testosterone made me realize that I was not just a lady lover, I was an everyone lover. Let me explain. Hey, what's up? My name is Cade and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. I make new content on how to destroy dysphoria and different testosterone changes for myself. And so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing. Anyways, let's get into today's video. Today, I'll be talking about how I thought I was a lesbian, and then it turns out I'm just a queer trans man. But let me explain a little more. So in 2012, I had my first crush on a girl. Her name was, actually I need to change names because I highly doubt that she'll ever see this, but I'm just gonna say M. And she was just so beautiful and graceful, and this was in 7th grade. A little preface here, so I am a trans man, so back in that time I was a girl and I was presenting as a girl, and it was I kept this mostly to myself though, because before then in grade school I had 1 or 2 boyfriends that were ooh, my first kiss, all cute and awkward. But back to 7th grade, just this girl that I totally had a crush on, and I didn't know how to explain my feelings. Next year, 8th grade. So at this time, I cut my hair short for the first time. And I laugh because a big reason why I cut it short is I was leaning over and there was a candle, and I leaned over and my hair kind of caught on fire a little bit. So I was like, okay, since half of my hair is burnt, I might as well get it cut and make myself look cute and feel good about that. I had one boyfriend when I was in 7th grade, but I was still thinking about this girl still. And when I got my haircut and I was feeling all confident, a bunch of people, because grade school kids be like that sometimes,
oh, are you a lesbian now? You cut your hair. Ooh.
I want to clarify once again, just because you have your hair a certain way doesn't mean you have any type of gender identity or sexuality. It's so silly, and even if that was quite a while back, it still just blows my mind that people still sometimes have that mindset. Middle school kids be like that sometimes. I just, my family started to ask questions, and I knew, I started to have a few crushes on girls, even though, I kind of like guys, and I was I don't know, but so many people were just
saying oh, are you a lesbian now because you have short hair?
And I, girls be beautiful, so I thought, okay, maybe. And so in 9th grade, I came out to a few of my friends, and I said I was gay, because lesbian never fit, which is funny because still never did. So in 10th grade, I dated this girl, long distance. It was so wild, and it was over the summer from 9th to 10th grade, and I didn't have to deal with anyone at school, so I wasn't too stressed about it either for my sexuality and actually being out to more people. It was a good support, even though I'll have to tell this story a different time, but I don't know what we were expecting. Both kind of pretty religious, and we're gonna be oh, we're just gonna meet up with each other. We're just pen pals. We're totally not gonna you know what I mean. But we never end up meeting up. It just didn't work out, which is totally fine because I just was kind of single-ish until 11th grade. So in 11th grade, I met my ex, and we dated from 11th grade, and I was calling myself a lesbian at this time. And then a few years passed by. We were still together, and I was about 18, and we proposed to each other. So like, like 2 girls getting married, that type of thing. A few months went by and we both realized, oh shit, we're both freaking trans. Shit, because we thought that, you know, with support and care at the time that we'd still be able to be with each other and like still be attracted to each other. And so we still were like, let's get set on getting married, because especially with being like in a more religious family on one side, not mine, it kind of felt more pressure. And so I was like, okay, let's just continue this on, and we're still both gonna take hormones. So I came out as trans when I was 18 years old, and since I was with my ex at the time, I also came out as gay. And because my ex was also trans, and we realized it around the same time. And so after realizing how toxic that relationship was for me, I got out of that relationship. And I'll go into like ways how to get out of toxic and abusive relationships a different time. So continuing on, this, and we still ended up getting married though, that's the thing. So it was like having to go through a divorce, like when I'm 19 years old, it was not something I ever thought I was gonna do, but life is all about learning experiences. After I got out of that relationship, I wanted to explore my sexuality a little more. And I knew, like, I fell in love with this ex years ago when I was like 15, who was a girl, and I also, like, one of my first actual crushes was a girl, so I felt like maybe that possibility was still there. So I was like, sexuality is so fluid. It's so fluid, especially like when I've been able to tap into it. And I realized that actually after leaving that relationship, 20 years old, I am a queer trans man. At least I came out as a queer trans man when I was 20. Now that I am 21, I still am a queer trans man, because I still am a lover of anyone. Like, it doesn't matter what the fuck is in your pants. It really doesn't matter. It's all about the person. And since I was 20 to 21, I actually have been in such an amazing supportive relationship with a guy, and I am so thankful for Easton, and I love him. I made a gush video if you want to check that video out. Like, we've been together for a year now, and so I realized that I'm more like attracted to more masculine people. And that doesn't, like I said before, it doesn't matter what's in their pants. It doesn't matter their gender identity. It's just usually a little bit more masculine I am attracted to. And feminine features. I don't know. It's very confusing. Though I am very, like, tunnel vision on my sex in hand. My name is Cade, and I am a queer trans man. And I am proud of it. And who knows, I actually have no idea if I'll still hold that same, like, queer trans man title. I'll always be trans. I'll never be a cis person. But like, with the rest of that title, who knows? Queer is such an umbrella term, though, that I just feel super comfortable with it right now. And like I said before, I thought that I was a girl 5 years ago, so I don't know, like, what's 5 years for me in the future. Coming out can get super hard and scary. Just remember that you are not alone. And regardless if you were able to come out today, / a few days ago, or if you were able to come out years ago, or if you're still in the closet, that is totally okay. You are amazing, you are valid, and of course, you are beautiful. Thanks for watching. I hope that you have an amazing day. Peace. Like, sexuality can be so confusing sometimes, and same with gender identity. It is like both of them are on the Kinsey scale, which is like a scale that's made way back like over 50 years ago in psychology, basing sexuality on a 1 to 6 scale. And it's like on being like, I'm super straight or I'm super gay, or like also on the gender identity scale. So coming out can be very confusing and having that whole journey. So just know, like, it's okay to be confused. It's okay to take your time. Labels are like, they can feel affirming, but are also like, can feel like block and wall you in. Like I said, I've come out like 3 times now, and in so many different ways at this point, like, I don't even know. So go ahead and comment below if you also have had a similar type of experience of having to come out more than once. I hope that you have a great day. And this is just like a side PSA after the fact learning note. I hope you have a great day.